Hi, I'm News Bulletin Editor Thomas Boney.
And I'm Sports Editor Randy Dixon. We'd like to welcome you to the North End Zone Sports Report.
Well, we are finished with the regular season in football. Can you give us a quick hit on what happened last week and what can we expect this week?
Crestview and Baker both finished up your seasons, as you said. Baker beat South Walton 42-33. DJ Thomas had a 361-yard game, 6 touchdowns, both career highs. Baker goes into the playoffs this week against Cottondale, but the Gators look like they're hitting on all cylinders, ready to make a run for the state through the state playoffs. They're 10-0 in the regular season, the first time they've been in that position since 1985. Crestview finished up the season strong. They beat Pensacola High 42-32. They won 4 of their last 5 ball games. Jalen Robinson had 3 long touchdown passes from quarterback Corey Armstrong. Even though Crestview season's ended, you can look forward to a lot of things for next year. They finished 5-5, the first time they've done that well in 3 years. They've got Corey Armstrong coming back, their quarterback, Emmanuel Reed, so their tailback. So the future looks bright under Tim Hatton, who's just finishing his first year at Crestview.
You mentioned the Baker playoff this weekend. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Baker's hosting Cottondale, which is over more in the central part of the Panhandle. Cottondale comes in the game with a 6-4 record. As I said before, Baker's 10-0. Baker's just rolling up the yards. They've steamrolled on the ground everyone they've played. Cottondale has a similar style offense, although they operate out of a shotgun with the quarterback back behind center. Baker has a quarterback under center in their formation. Both teams will run the ball. Cottondale's probably going to bring up 8 people close line of scrimmage and try to stop the run. But if that happens, look for Baker quarterback John Beck to throw over the top of the Cottondale defense and for the Gators to make some good things happen.
Gator football is not the only Baker program seeking a state championship. Okay, what are things going to look like for Baker's volleyball team in the state Final Four?
Things are shaping up pretty good for the Gators. They beat South Walton to make it to the Final Four this past Saturday. Friday, they take on Hilliard from down in the central part of the state in a 2 p.m. local match. If they beat Hilliard, then they'll play the winner of the Sneads-Newberry match at noon Saturday. Baker and Sneads are the only 2 teams of the Final Four that have been to the state finals in recent years. 2 years ago, Baker beat Sneads in the state semifinals, ended up losing in the finals. This year, I think Baker has their best chance of winning a state championship. They may not have the big hitters that they've had in the past, but they're a gutsy team. Not too many balls hit the floor, and they play well together. I'm looking for big things to happen for the Baker Gator volleyball team.
Have you had any chance to see any basketball or soccer?
I did see some girls soccer a couple of weeks ago. I saw Crestview against Rocky Bayou Christian. I saw Crestview against Baker. I hadn't seen any boys soccer yet. Monday night, I went over to Fort Walton Beach High School where Crestview was playing in a boys tip-off classic. Saw the Bulldogs against South Walton. I wanted to see them because they're under new coach Greg Watson. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to have a pretty good team. They've got good depth on the front line with Denzel Weller, Jerry Aaron, Ronnie Baylark, who may be the best player in the area, is coming back for his senior year as well. He was drilling the three-pointer, doing a lot of things that you expect a senior leader to do. I think Crestview's going to have a pretty nice team. Laurel Hill Boys should be one of the better teams in their district. And Baker's got some question marks coming back. They lost some players, but they've got some good players coming back as well. The girls are sort of up in the air. Crestview's lost a lot of players. This is the 2nd year for Coach Kathy Combest. Baker has a new coach in James Carell. They lost a slew of players to graduation. Laurel Hill sort of an unknown with the girls. They've got some players coming back that were younger. If they can continue to develop, Laurel Hill could be a surprise. So, it's all going to be wait and see right now. Well, I guess that does it for another week of the North End Zone Sports Report.